good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to a special video here on the channel. Lady and I are currently walking along the TMB, or the Tour de Mont Blanc, here starting in France on this 103-mile journey over the next 6 days. We woke up this morning hoping to get up here early, and we ran a little late because I missed the bus. I'll be honest, I missed the bus. So we ended up grabbing another one and then headed to the Lavechey station for the Bellevue cable car. And we rode it all the way to the top. And now we're actually just hiking along the trail itself. We've been looking forward to this hike for, man, I think over 2 years now. And it's so fun to actually have it come to fruition. So it's gonna be a special 6 days. It's gonna be a tough 6 days, but we're looking forward to it. Glad you guys are here for the trip. So today on day one, we're hiking from Lavechey to Rifugio Balme, which is roughly 16.5 miles. It's already starting out great. There's cows all around us, like these wild meadows. And we're excited, man. Let's get this thing going. So guys, we're 1.8 miles into this hike. This part probably won't even make it to the YouTube video, but I'm just gonna tell you right now. We're not off to a great start. We've already gotten lost. We went up a random ski hill for a little bit, turned back around, had to jump on here. My all trails wasn't working, and now Savon just broke a nail. But all in all, it's a good day. We're at about 8.5 miles right now on this hike for today, and we just stopped in Les CONTAMINES for a couple snacks and a little bit of like sugared up protein drinks just to kind of refuel us, because it seems like we got about 2,000 feet of vert to go over the course of the next 5 miles to get to La Balme. We actually just saw a guy at like a bus stop just now, and he asked us if we were taking the bus to La Balme. And we told him no, we were gonna go up and hike to it. And he told us we were a lot braver than him. So we're gonna get back on the trail, but enjoying every minute of this hike with Savon. Let's keep the views going. We're about 0.9 miles away from Rifugio Balme. Gonna wrap up this day, take some hot showers and eat some good food. Let's get there. All right guys, well, after a long day on the trail, we finally made it to Rifugio Balme, and I gotta say, this place is amazing. The views that you have of the surrounding areas here just make the hike up here worth it in itself. And now that we're up here, Savon and I are just gonna kind of take it in, get some drinks. Dinner served here at about 7:30 p.m. I don't know how, but we actually snagged the only double bed here. Bed, bunk, cot, hammock, it pretty much doesn't matter at this point because we're so gassed that I'm sure after dinner and a couple drinks, we're gonna pass right out and be ready for tomorrow's hike. Hope you guys are enjoying the video so far. We'll see you in the morning. All right, everybody. Day 2. Savannah and I just got up and had a quick breakfast at Balme. And I gotta say, we had a great time staying there last night. The host and just everyone there were so kind and just like cracking jokes all day, meeting new people. Savannah and I are gonna have another great day together. Already starting out this hike with some amazing views. Let's tackle day number 2. Oh, here comes the cutest sheepdog. Never mind. All right, gang, well, after about 7.3 miles into this day's hike, we just made it to this like little village with a couple of refugios at it called Lavechey. I'm probably saying that completely wrong. We had a couple drinks, a little caffeinated something to get us going again, and refueled up on all the water. The great thing about this whole hike too, that you guys probably noticed by now, is there's like these natural water stations throughout the entire hike. And you can refill your water bottles, dunk your face in it, feels really good, and it gives you a lot of energy for later on. But it's nice that you don't have to filter a lot of water on this hike. I know Savannah and I both bought a couple of like filters for this hike because back in Colorado we're used to kind of filtering all of our water on every backpack or long trail run that we have to do. So it's really nice to not have to worry about water. That's probably the biggest thing out here that you'd worry about since it's so hot and humid during the afternoons. But now we're gonna get back on the trail. We got a long ways to go to Maison, but we're gonna get there no matter what today. One step at a time. Well, 14 miles in today's hike. France, as much as we love you, we're just about to pop over into Italy. The top of this pass is called Col de la Seine, and these views are worth its weight in gold. So our host last night at Rifugio Balme was kind enough to pack us a lunch for today. And I think it's a pretty good spot to have it. Gotta be honest, you guys, after getting our first glimpse of Italy, it just makes me so happy to be back. I don't know, for those of you that don't know, Savannah and I came here last year, and on September 12th, I proposed to her at this sweet overlook spot near the Cadini di Misurina mountain range. And that spot has been my absolute favorite look and view for so long now. But now that we're back in Italy, I don't know, it just feels pretty special to be back here. What a day, you guys. What a day. We've been going at it for about 12 and a half hours now, since 6:30 this morning. All the views that we saw throughout the day, I mean, were just unbelievable. We wouldn't have traded for anything in the world. Except, honestly, if there was a beer stand on the side of this trail right now, you could probably charge me €100 for one beer, and I might take a second glance at it. Either way, it's been an awesome day. Lady and I are almost to the Rifugio right now. But we're both just really looking forward to sitting down and taking it easy the rest of the night. We will see you all tomorrow. We made it, Savon. We made it. All right, gang. Welcome to day number 3. We're starting from Rifugio Maison. We're gonna end up tonight in Hotel Lavechey, which is just northeast of the town of Courmayeur. Courmayeur is also a really popular town because a lot of people that do the TMB don't do the whole circuit, which is still really popular. I mean, a lot of people will go from like Les Juges in Chamonix and they'll end up in Courmayeur, so it's like a 3 to 4 or even up to 8-day trek before they kind of just make their way to Courmayeur, and then they'll take the bus back to Chamonix, or vice versa. They'll go from Chamonix back to Courmayeur. But today's our shortest day, probably by far. I think we got about 11 or 12 miles to get to our hotel. Already starting out with some great views. We're pretty much starting up at the top of these ski lifts and these ski resorts. We're pretty happy that today is one of our shorter days too, because yesterday buried us as far as how hard all the passes and combined with all the heat. I know she's standing right next to me, but I'm gonna tell her right now, even in this video, that I'm so proud of Savon for doing what she did yesterday. She kept up with me step by step. I don't know what it is about her, you guys. I mean, she is just a freaking tank when it comes to these kind of treks. So just so happy to be here with her. I wouldn't have anyone else here to do this with. I'm just so happy we can do this whole thing together. Well, let's take in day 3. Let's keep enjoying the trails. So Savon and I just made it into Courmayeur, and we both were craving something really cold, so we stopped at this little restaurant bar and they had some sorbet. So I'm rocking some raspberry and strawberry sorbet in honor of her dad, Stefan, because every time we go somewhere in the afternoon with her parents, her dad always has to get some sort of sweet, whether it's a cake, ice cream, whatever. So Stefan, this is for you and me. But it's so good to be back in the shade. I think we're just gonna sit here for a little while, just enjoy some downtime, take it all in. Day number 3, everybody. Day number 3 is in the books. Savon and I had such a great day today, finally taking kind of a rest from such a long day yesterday. It was just so nice to kind of take it easy and do about 11 miles here up to Hotel Lavechey. One cool thing about Lavechey is that it's in the middle of the Aosta Valley here, part of the Val-Ferret wetlands area. To be in such a protected area and just to see how beautiful it is up here, and the fact that we can stay right across the street from one of the coolest rivers I've probably ever seen in my entire life just makes this trip, I don't know, just one more day worth it. And it's just so cool that after our 3rd day here, we just keep seeing more and more new things. It's just so fun to be up in an area where people appreciate the fact that you're just hiking just to hike and just to enjoy nature and to have fun. So We're gonna go back inside. It's starting to get a little gloomy out, so I think a couple Aperol spritz and some wine for the lady are due. But I just wanna thank you guys so much again for tagging along with us. Tomorrow's another day. Let's keep the TMB dream moving. Good morning and welcome to day number 4 on the TMB, everybody. Last night the lady and I stayed at Hotel Lavechey, had an amazing dinner and breakfast this morning, got a really good night's sleep in our room. We decided to take the bus up this morning to the end of the Valferay Valley to save us a little bit of time. We got an 8 o'clock bus, and this morning starting a little more gloomy than others. About 80% of the sky is clear, but everything that we're hiking into right now is pretty cloudy, so hopefully those open up throughout the day, but it'll actually be kind of nice to have some clouds and some cool weather considering the last couple of days we've had with all the heat. But beautiful morning. Let's go have another day. And just like that, Savannah and I are out of Italy and into another one of our favorite countries here in Europe. Welcome to Switzerland, you guys. Woo! As we crossed into Switzerland too, it just made me realize the first time I'd ever visited this country, and it was with Savannah's parents. They came with us to Switzerland and did like a whole road trip there. So just want to thank you so much for exposing me to Europe, showing me so many different things and traveling with us. Absolutely love you guys. The sun is finally poking out. So the plan going forward for the rest of the day is we're gonna be hiking to this town called Fouly, and from there we're actually taking a bus to Champex, where we're gonna be staying roughly about a mile away in a Rifugio tonight. And the plan was to make the 3:45 bus and just kind of take it easy this morning, but we're actually making really good time, and there is a 1 o'clock bus as well. So we're gonna try to get on that one and use the mantra that we pretty much made up since day 1 of this trek. And that mantra came from our host from day 1 at Balme. We asked him about our second day, how it was such a tough, long day. And we asked him, do you think we can make it to that Rifugio in time? And all he said back was, of course, you have to. So that's basically what we're living on right now. So to get to La Fouly, get to this bus station, we will, because we have to. All right, gang, me and the lady just made it to La Fouly. It's a beautiful little ski town here in Switzerland. We got a couple snacks and laid out in the grass. Had a Toblerone, as usual, when you first get into Switzerland. And we kind of had this lookout area over like this glacier mountain waterfall that was just so beautiful to sit and stare at for a few minutes before we have to go down the road here and jump on the bus. It's gonna leave here in a few minutes. So next stop, Champex. So the lady and I just made it to our refuge for the day, up here at Relais di Arpete. We lucked out like crazy yet again on a refuge. I don't know how we keep doing this, but we were supposed to be in a bunkhouse today and sleep with like 10 other people. But instead they gave us a key, like one key. And I was like, why do we need a key for a bunkhouse? And we came up, opened our room, and we got a full-on bathroom, full-size bed. And this is the best part. Look at the view. This TMB hike, you guys, it just keeps getting better and better every day. Whether it's the views, the places we stay, the people that we meet. I just can't wait to see what tomorrow brings us like it did today. It's been an awesome day. We're gonna clean up, get showered. Day 5 on the TMB. We'll see you in the morning. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to day number 5 on the TMB. Savannah and I just left our hut and had an absolutely amazing time. Good food, good room, and great views. We're following the trail down back to the trailhead to jump back on the TMB, and it's so cool because the whole way up and down to this hut has been along this river, and so it's pretty hard to get lost when you're following this, but it's so beautiful. Weather's supposed to be really good today again. We got some clouds overhead of us right now, and just the sun is kind of poking out. So hopefully that makes for a cool morning and an even better day. Day number 5, here we go. Definitely Savannah's kind of hiking. Switzerland's been so good to us with all these waterfalls, so much greenery, and all these wild fruit berries that are growing everywhere that you can eat along the trail. Swizterland is absolutely helping fuel our hike today. So it's 6.5 miles in for the day's hike, and we just made it to the top of our pass for the day. Gonna take in some views up here, maybe have a couple snacks, but enjoy every single view around us. Gang, day number 5 is in the books. Savannah and I just got to our refuge for the night here at Auberge du Mont Blanc here in Trient. Such a beautiful little village of a town. Just a crazy area because it's so pretty up here. Plan going forward, we got a couple drinks in hand. I think we're just gonna go chill and hang out, enjoy the amazing view that we have of this entire village. But then head to bed early because I think tomorrow we're gonna wake up early and knock out the rest of this hike. It's sad, but tomorrow, it's the last day. Day 6, back to Chamonix. All right, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the 6th and final day of our Tour du Mont Blanc. Heading back out on the TMB right now. And today it looks like it's about 13 miles to Lavechey, where we're gonna stop and head down from there back to Chamonix. But it's a beautiful, crisp, cool morning right now. Jump on the trail and let's finish this last day. So Savannah and I have been hiking for about an hour and 55 minutes. And from Trient to the top of this pass, Col de la Balme, is the pass that takes you from Switzerland back into France. Switzerland was so great as far as all the greenery, waterfalls, rivers, and just cool weather that we had the last 2 days. We're finally back in France. Let's enjoy some of these views at the top. Savannah and I stopped at Col de la Balme for just a second, topped off the rest of our water because there's not too many more spots along this road, I believe, that have water up here, or the refuges that you can get water at are a little off trail. So we just topped off our electrolytes, water, and from here, the views just keep getting better and better. The coveted ladder section here. Time to get a little sketchy. Got it, City. What's the Chris, right? What's up, dude? Okay, when Savannah's parents see this was her idea, I promise.
What do you think, Cory?
I think this is a hell of a time. If you guys haven't figured out that you want to do the TMB yet, I'd say now's a good time to say yes. Start planning. This is crazy. After that ladder section Savannah and I did, we got one more stop along this hike, and it's one of the most popular alpine lakes in all of Chamonix, Lac Blanc. All right, gang, me and Savannah just made it back to our hotel for the night in the middle of Chamonix, and I don't know what else to say besides I just had the most incredible 6 days, probably my entire life. And I think a lot of that is to do with the fact that I got to do this whole hike with Savannah. She just absolutely crushed the last 6 days, and I couldn't have picked a better person to do it with. She led pretty much every single pass that we did, and we did this whole hike step by step together. So I'm just so proud of my future wife for coming here, doing something that was a little out of her comfort zone. And I'll be honest, pretty much one of the things that was the highlight of this whole hike, obviously the views were amazing and the trails were sweet. The people were amazing, the refugios were awesome, the food was amazing. I mean, there's just so much to love about doing this hike. But the fact that her and I did this together, I think each and every day when we had our difficulties or we had tough times on the trail, it just made our relationship that much better. And I think we became a better couple through this by doing it together and just sharing everything along the way. This is just an amazing hike, and I think that it's so accessible for so many different people from all walks of life. And I just want to thank you guys so much again for tagging along. This one really meant a lot to me. We've been planning this trip for at least 3 years now, since we last came to Chamonix and found out really about the TMB and what it was all about. I think it's definitely time that Savannah and I get cleaned up, get into some clean clothes, and go downtown here in Chamonix and celebrate tonight and just take it all in, because this is definitely 6 days that her and I will never forget. And the fact that we did it together, it just means the world. This was one of the best trips I could have ever asked for. So I just want to thank you guys so much again for watching. Hope to see you OOT and ABOOT. We'll see you guys in the next one.